National Bureau of Investigation recommends the filing of charges against Senator Joey Villanueva, Senator Estrada, Bicol Representative Zaldy Co, and 3 others. At the Senate Blue Ribbon panel hearing on Tuesday, September 23, Justice Secretary Boying Remulla says the recommended charges are for indirect bribery and malversation of public funds. Also named in the recommended charges are former Public Works and Highways Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo, former Caloocan 2nd District Representative Mitch Kahayon Uy, and former Bulacan District Engineer Henry Alcantara.
We determined that the NBI would be investigating it, and on the outset they recommended the filing of charges already. So we treated this already as a complaint with the NBI as the endorsing agency.
Remulla left the Senate panel's hearing for a few hours when he brought Alcantara to the Department of Justice for the review of the engineer's affidavit. The DOJ also started its assessment of Hernandez's eligibility for witness protection after his allegations. He adds that the Anti-Money Laundering Council is also set to issue a freeze order for the assets of the 6 accused individuals. According to Remulla, they are still looking at the case of former Senator Bong Revilla as well as Commission and Audit Commissioner Mario Lipana and his wife. Earlier in the hearing, Hernandez tagged Revilla, Villanueva, Estrada, Co, Bernardo, Uy, and Lipana to budget insertions and kickbacks in flood control projects. 2 former engineers of the Department of Public Works and Highways say approximately 1 billion pesos in cash was delivered to the penthouse of Bicol Representative Zaldy Co. At the Senate Blue Ribbon panel hearing on Tuesday, September 23, dismissed Bulacan engineer Bryce Hernandez says he delivered the money to Co's aide he only identified as Paul. Co used to head the House of Representatives Committee on Appropriations. Hernandez says he did not personally meet Co, but Hernandez alleges he saw Co when the lawmaker met with his boss, former Bulacan District Engineer Henry Alcantara, at the Shangri-La Hotel in Taguig City. When asked by Senator Erwin Tulfo whether it was just a meeting, Hernandez says they also delivered money but not directly to the congressman. According to Hernandez, the money was loaded into more than 20 suitcases and stacked into 6 to 7 vans.
Nakita ko po siya. Magkakausap po siya ni boss. Hindi po namin directly nakita si Kong Zaldy. Okay. Ang pinakausap po sa amin yung tao niya pong pangalan ni Paul. Maraming maleta po ng pera yon, Your Honor. Tingin ko po billion po yon. Ang laman po ng isang maleta nasa 50 million po.
Dismissed Bulacan 1st District Assistant Engineer J.P. Mendoza corroborates Hernandez's testimony. Mendoza details how the money was delivered to Co's penthouse in Taguig. Mendoza says he was also involved in deliveries to the congressman's house at Valle Verde in Pasig City.
Diretso po siya sa elevator, paakyat po doon sa penthouse. Pinakataas po, actually yung isang kasama po namin na si Engineer Paul, nakarating po siya mismo doon sa loob ng
penthouse.
Doon sa taas. Pagaya nga po nung sinasabi ni Boss Henry kanina, nung unang po, hindi po ako nagkakamali, unang 2 taon sa Shangri-La po. Nung mga sumunod na taon, puro sa Valle Verde, 6 na po.
House Speaker Boji D. earlier revoked Co's travel clearance and ordered him to come home to the Philippines, citing the need to address issues in the country. Co sought medical treatment in the United States. He has denied the accusations against him raised during the Senate probe, calling them false. Bicol Representative Zaldy Co is facing an ethics complaint for betrayal of public trust and other alleged violations linked to his previous post as Appropriations Committee Chairperson. Navotas City Representative Toby Tiangco files an ethics complaint against Co on Tuesday, September 23. In a letter to House Ethics Committee Chair J.C. Abalos, Tiangco outlines 3 violations that Co supposedly committed. First, Co supposedly violated the constitutional provision that describes public office as a public trust. Tiangco says Co allegedly masterminded, tolerated, and deliberately allowed last-minute insertions and realignments to the 2025 national budget. Tiangco points out that Co remains silent and beyond reach despite the public's criticisms of the 2025 budget insertions. With this, Tiangco believes Co betrayed the public's trust and ruined the reputation of the institution the lawmaker ought to protect. Second, Co also supposedly violated Republic Act No. 6713 or the Code of Conduct and Ethical Standards of Public Officials and Employees. According to Tiangco, Co has been absent for a long time already due to medical reasons, but the Ako Bicol lawmaker supposedly has not presented any medical certificate to prove this. Tiangco emphasizes that Co's continued absence without justifiable cause violates the norms of conduct of public officials. Also cited in the complaint is Co's supposed violation of House rules. The realignments in the 2025 national budget allegedly led to the ballooning of the Department of Public Works and Highways budget. Co has denied the allegations against him regarding budget insertions and kickbacks from flood control projects. Ako Bicol Representative Zaldy Co denies the latest allegations raised against him during a Senate probe into anomalous infrastructure projects. During the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearing on Tuesday, September 23, former Bulacan District Engineer Henry Alcantara linked Co to alleged budget insertions and kickbacks from flood control projects. In a statement sent by his staffer, Co says the allegations raised against him are false. He adds that he reserves his right to respond to these allegations at a proper forum. According to Alcantara, he and Co had met at a hotel to discuss how to get funds for various projects into the engineer's district. Alcantara said his delivery of kickbacks to Co did not always happen in bulk, detailing that it would all depend on how or which projects were inserted. On September 8, Co broke his long silence over budget insertions issues, claiming that accusations hurled against him by the Diskaya couple are politically motivated and mere hearsay. Curly Diskaya likewise tagged Co in anomalies, saying he received a 25% cut of funds allocated to infrastructure projects. Co is facing an ethics complaint at the House of Representatives. House Speaker Boji D has revoked Co's travel clearance, urging him to come home to address the issues against him. A mamamayang Liberal Party List Representative Laila de Lima says warnings issued to former President Rodrigo Duterte about possible charges due to his drug war are now coming to fruition. The International Criminal Court recently released a summary of its prosecutors' murder raps against Duterte. In a statement on Tuesday, September 23, de Lima says that as early as 2018, she and other drug war critics had already warned the former leader of possible consequences brought by the widespread killings in his anti-drug campaign. However, de Lima says Duterte did not listen to the call to stop the killings, and now the former president will be held accountable. According to de Lima, the display of the charges against Duterte is a welcome development and serves as a milestone in the process of exacting accountability. She adds that Duterte's detention and indictment for the drug war killings are the direct consequence of his own actions. De Lima believes Duterte's co-conspirators will soon follow him to the ICC in The Hague, Netherlands. Based on the ICC document, Duterte faces charges of murder and attempted murder as crimes against humanity during his time as Davao City Mayor and then as President. Duterte has been under ICC custody since March 2025. The confirmation of charges hearings are postponed after Duterte's camp said he was supposedly not fit to stand trial. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.